Millions of people suffer from an unseeable illness. Thousands of those don't know that regular, everyday people suffer from it. Mental illness affects such a large portion of the population, but most only see those affected by the extreme cases. I myself and many others that I know suffer from a mental illness. I was able to get help and gain control of my depression. I can now see the stigma that affected me currently affects many others and inhibits so many aspects of society. It causes issues with the economy, the research conducted on mental health care, and even issues with individuals trying to seek out help. First, I will discuss how it affects the research done on mental illnesses. There is a significant lack of funding that goes towards this research. According to the article titled, "The Chronic Underfunding of Mental Health Care is a Stigma Proving Hard to Reverse" in Community Care by Alex Langford on November 20th, 2013, the UK's mental health issues accounts for 23% of the economic burden, but only receives 13% of the funding. The lack of funding hinders the ability to discover new treatments, and if there is no new treatments or techniques discovered, then the field cannot advance or may not be able to help people at all. The lack of knowledge of mental illnesses also helps contribute to the stigma. If people lack the knowledge on this subject, they can't help but make misjudgments, and these misjudgments can easily and unwittingly contribute to the stigma. Next, I will discuss the economic impact the stigma can cause. Of all health issues in the world, mental illnesses accounts for one of the most economic burdens. According to an article titled "The Global Cost of Mental Illnesses" in the National Institute of Mental Health by Thomas Inzel on September 28, 2011, it cost people around $2.5 trillion in 2010. This cost is projected to go up to $6 trillion by 2030. Two-thirds of that cost can be attributed to disability and loss of work. The stigma contributes to the economic impact this causes because if there were no stigma against mental health issues, people would be able to get the help they need, and therefore we wouldn't need as much money to go to disability and loss of work. Finally, I will discuss how it affects people's ability to get the help they need. Mental health issues affect such a large portion of the population, but the stigma against it causes many not to seek out help. According to the article, "The Stigma of Mental Illness is Making Us Sicker in Psychology Today," taken by Michael Friedman, PhD, or written by Michael Friedman, PhD, on May 13, 2014, the U.S. Surgeon General claimed that the stigma was one of the biggest barriers towards mental health care. Approximately 450 million people worldwide suffer from a mental illness, and of those 450 million people, 60% of those do not receive any care. 90% of those not receiving care live in developing countries where mental health care is easily accessed. The stigma can come in many forms. From such a young age, we refer to people as weird or crazy, and this carries over into adulthood, which contributes to the idea that people with mental illnesses are weird or crazy. There is also an overwhelming perception that people with mental illnesses are dangerous people, which further perpetuates the stigma. The stigma against mental illness is very prevalent in today's society and inhibits so many aspects of it. It affects the scientific progress, economy, and the individuals from getting help. I hope from this you take away the seriousness of the stigma.